Well, I come from Brazil, which is this country created by the colonization of the Portuguese, the African slaves, and the native Indians. So there is always a myth of racial democracy around the culture, of the Brazilian culture. So racism is something that is somehow very present but hidden. It's a subject, it's an issue that always intrigued me a lot. What I present here at Continua is my recent project called Eu, mestiço, mestiço, where I invited people from different cities to go to the studio and perform to me actions, reactions, feelings, poses. And this relates to a study of about race and class done by the Columbia University back in the 50s in Brazil. And the study was based on photographs. They used to show the participants images of a black person, a white person, and a mixed race person, asking who was the most intelligent, the most beautiful, the most honest. The study analyzes the responses, the answers. The participants are somehow invited to say prejudiced things, and the study tries to analyze how racism happens in Brazil. So the idea of repeating the same person or the same photographed in many perspectives comes from the idea the photography and the study of behavior. But within dealing with the material that I've photographed, I decided to select a few images that explored like a certain moment. So each group varies from a perspective that sometimes it starts in a profile, sometimes develops like an emotion, and sometimes it takes the whole body in the cutouts. Another work I'm showing here, it's a previous phase of the same project. And I've done an experience in two places, one at Performa, the Biennial of Performance of New York in 2015, and later on an exhibition called Site Santa Fe that happens in Santa Fe. So I stopped people in the streets and photographed them while speaking in the streets. So it becomes this document of expression, of emotions, but in a fluid conversation. And in the installation I put some parts of these original texts exposing how they used, how these texts used the methodology on photography. The installation also includes a small booklet with a bit of these conversations. This was before Eu, mestiço, no? So the mestiço was the Brazilian phase of this project. Yes, another work I'm presenting here is called The Fish, which tells the story of a group of fishermen who embraces the fish at the moment of their death, as if they had a ritual of helping the passage to death to the fish, as if they were like spiritually connected, as if they were part of a community that is perfectly engaged with nature and so on. This ritual doesn't exist. I proposed these fishermen that helped me tell this story. And it's also filmed as an ethnographic film, so it becomes very, very real in a sense that people could also, someone like watching the film could totally believe that that was a documentation of a real ritual. But it becomes actually documentary in the sense that those fishermen are embracing the fish for the first time for the camera. So there was no rehearsal involved. So it was almost about developing that experience and that relation of proposing the fisherman to pay attention to what the fish is feeling. It communicates a lot with emotions. I've had like lots of feedbacks in this sense.